Hi everybody, I wanted to give you a brief rundown on the statement of work and what you need to supply me to get a statement of work pushed back. I can do it pretty quickly once you get all the right stuff. So here is the first page of the statement of work. You'll notice the company information and the contact information is coming directly out of TigerPaw. So one of the things I ask you for is the TigerPaw account number. So when you look at an account in TigerPaw, it's not the account ID over here, it's the account number, which is up in this top area right after the name. That gives me the name, the address, city, state, all that happy stuff. And we come down and we pull the primary contact. So you want to make sure that the primary contact for your proposal is marked as the primary contact in TigerPaw. And what we can see here is that this contact is not filled in completely. So I've got the name, but I don't have the title, I don't have the phone number, and I'm not sure, yes, I do have the email address down here. So what happens when we look at the statement of work is we see that the title would normally be here, the phone number would normally be here. So as you're going into TigerPaw, make sure you filled out those things appropriately so they fall into the statement of work. The next thing that I need is the executive summary, and I paste that. I just copy and paste it as you wrote it directly into this area. It can be one line, it can be a paragraph, it can be a few pages. But this is basically your free form, high level explanation of what the opportunity is and generally what we're doing there. A lot of the nuts and bolts are going to be uh, down in the rest of the statement of work based on the quantities of items that you selected. So basically, I need the TigerPaw account number. I need your executive summary. Um, Give me your team. Obviously, I know the person that's sending me the request. If it's a salesperson, let me know who the sales engineer was, if there was one involved. If we have promised a project manager, let me know who that is, and I can put that in here. Otherwise, I'm going to put in managers' names, and this is generally your team. So you've got, Eric Pilati for, customer service contact, the sales manager for point of escalation, project manager, and myself, just so that that information is nested in the statement of work. The next thing I need is the labor worksheet. So everyone's familiar with, I think, with this Excel sheet. And this is where you go in and put in quantities of IP phones and controllers and things like that. And what we've added are some questions that help drive some of the language in the statement of work. So what you'll see in the later sheets is, total installing the cable plant, yes or no. Total sold the network portion of this job, and this will drive language that says either the customer is responsible for the telco stuff or total is. Customer supplied UPS is, again, a language driver. Customer to provide LAN. If it's yes, then the statement of work gets all the details about what the specifications are for the LAN, same with the WAN. If that was no, we would leave that out basically. So again, these are just to tailor the language in the statement of work. Training model, if you go over, you've got to select the end user training model. And if you drop down here, you'll see the selections are leader-led on-site, typical training, leader-led remote. That's where the PM would be back here, strike up a webinar, end users would join the webinar from their desk and get their training that way. And self-paced video on demand. We have all the training on recorded, and Rose is working on getting it up at our website. So if the person doesn't want to pay for leader-led training, they can have the self-paced video on demand. So these are new additions to the Excel sheet. And we will be updating this and sticking this out on Paychex shortly. So for now, this is what's going to feed the details to me and into the statement of work. So if we go down to the lower part of the Excel sheet, there are some new things you may not have seen. Basically, we've got the end user training, which is not new, admin training. And down a little bit lower, we've got trip charges for engineers or technicians. And right now I've got a note in here that says add 1 trip per 25 phones or ask operations for a count. How many trips are we going to sell to cover the site visits throughout the installation? If you want on-site project management, you have to put in additional hours, and this counts, basically from the time the project manager leaves our office all the time on site until they get back to our office. So that's it's an important thing. Otherwise, all project management activities are done remotely. So that's it for the Excel sheet. So I can come back to the statement of work. Again, we're pulling this information, contact and account information from TigerPaw. You're supplying the executive summary, and I am not editing these. They're just getting pushed right in the way that you deliver them to me. It can be in the body of an email. I think a Word doc is best. I've had some formatting errors when people use PDFs to send them to me. I will include the team members, and then we get down into the body of the statement of work. A bunch of language in here. Key dependencies, basically who has to do what. I know you've seen examples of this, so I won't spend too much time on it. Again, local area network information, basically language that falls out of the labor worksheet based on things that you've selected, which gives a fairly nuts and bolts picture of what's being delivered. And then down at the bottom, we've got next steps, what to expect, and then the signature area for acceptance. So hopefully that helps. Any questions, you can always give me a shout. But please, when requesting, I'll send out an email that summarizes what I need. Please give me everything the first time around so it saves time and we can get these back to you pretty quick. Thanks very much.